Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Volta Go call. Thanks for joining. As usual, the call is public and recorded and will be shared on YouTube, so please be mindful of the comments you make and the information you share. This is going to be public. So it's might be a little bit of a shorter meeting today. Maybe some people got mixed up with time zones and didn't show up. So I just wanted to get I think we can, for now, apart from the tests, skip this point because Theo did not really work on next iterations of patches on this one.
Go ahead.
I
think I have to some words to this issue. As you probably noticed, I delivered a patch for this unknown attribute storage issue. And to test this, I made a quick and dirty patch in the BBZim to provoke some unknown attributes in a known ME. And but this is not the final solution, I think. But I will put some hints in the story, which is still assigned to Matteo.
Yes.
If he has time to implement this. What would be the best idea to have an unknown attribute? So I don't know. You say Theo will not have time in the next iteration to work on this, or
no. I think right now he has a little bit of time, and I think this is one feature that he can definitely complete. So we can just call it done. So please do add the stuff to the Jira, and even if you have maybe some preliminary code that you can take a look at, just send it over to Theo, and he might be able to work out of that. I'll make sure to ping him. So whenever you have done those changes and you have added those things to the Jira, just make sure to send it to me, and I will make sure to send it to Theo when the time comes for when it's done. And today we have the stand up as usual within ONF, and I'll make sure to remind him to just finish this story up so we can call it a day.
Okay.
There is also I believe some tests around this that Thorsten has put in together that both me and you have +1, but that yet have to be merged just because we were waiting on this change from Theo. Is that correct?
Actually, the first part which Thorsten provided will already work because he is going to prepare 2 test cases. One of the test cases is to check for unknown MEs, and this is already working for some time.
So this one,
yeah, this is actually already working. But then there's another part of this test which relies on the change of Matteo, where he needs to receive or to see unknown attributes in the MIP template. So actually, this is a part here which should already working.
But only with a news patch by you, Holger.
Yeah, no. This. Yeah, I see, because you made some changes here. Yeah.
So yes, I updated it.
Also the patch I provided today has to be merged, and this test could also be merged.
So hold on, we're saying that these 2 patches, so this one and this one, could go in if we merge this one. So yes. These 3 need to go in together. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, then also the test would.
Okay, Holger, do you mind rebasing this one?
Yeah, this is because you merged my previous correction. That's why it is merged now. Okay, I will do. Yeah.
So when you rebase this one, when it passes Jenkins verification, I will do the merge of all these three, and then Theo can work on the other stuff with BBSim when you have updated the Jira, and then we can proceed in that front from the test as well. Okay.
Exactly. Then you will get an update from Thorsten, right, Thorsten?
Right.
Okay. Perfect. So the next step is for you to rebase that one, and then when that one is rebased, then we'll just go ahead and merge the other ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good. So that was that on this topic, or do we have anything else?
No.
Okay. The second topic was the panic while decoding the VTCTOME. So, Girish, do you want to give us the great news about this one?
Sorry, I was on my phone. Which topic was that?
This is the one we had to disable the entire pawn interface in Berlin.
Oh, yeah. So basically, what was happening is, on one pawn port there are 4 ONUs on the Berlin GPON OLT, and there is constant, ONU signal degradation that's happening. And I don't know if that is causing something, but all the ONUs on that pawn port are behaving a little weird. I mean, we are seeing some corrupted OMCI messages, and unfortunately, those ONUs didn't have, the OMCI debug capabilities for me to check if it was the ONU that was sending correct and something got corrupted along the way. So I got an ONU image with OMCI debug capabilities, but I could not download the image to the ONU again because there was constant ONU signal degradation events and ONU was going down, and the image could not be downloaded. So unfortunately, I mean, it's stuck in this cycle. I cannot debug. I cannot download the image to debug. So I'm working with Bjorn and possibly Andrea to go and physically check this board to see if the cabling is right or the power levels are right, things like that. For now, we have disabled all the ONUs on this pawn port and just working with another ONU that's on a different pawn port where things are looking fine. And that's the whole story. For now, go ahead. Sorry.
But Girish, wasn't it the issue that you had one ONU which was corrupted and sent a wrong OMSI response, and that's why we had this crash in the ONU adapter?
Good point. So what I did was, I basically disabled this ONU to not run in the test, and the issue just shifted to another ONU on that point.
I see.
Which was working fine.
Yeah, I see.
So it's very strange, how. I mean, I'd be interested to know how this issue is happening. The issues, started with one ONU. You disable that, the issue just hops onto another ONU on that pawn.
That means the error is not the ONU, but the transmission cable or some sort of transmission or something like this.
Yeah, something like that. But I'm not able to explain, convincingly how that is happening because I cannot debug. But yeah, one thing I saw on the OLT logs was, every ONU was, it was constantly reporting high block error rate, and then the signal degradation alarm was raised. The ONU was going down, then it used to come up. I mean, it was continuously happening. So this could somehow be related to what's happening.
Because I delivered a patch yesterday to cope with this issue.
That's perfectly all right. I mean, because it was causing panic. I mean, we should not panic in any case. So your fix is very much necessary.
Okay, but you would have difficulties now to reproduce this issue in a constant environment, right? Because the error is always fluctuating, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but as I said, actually the panic should not come up again now.
That's good.
As you noticed, we had also a discussion with Chip how to provide some hardening for the receiving of OMSI responses from the ONUs. And also I wrote an additional a new story for Chip, a low prio story, because he's currently very busy, and he will also introduce, for example, this unknown attribute handling into the GET responses, so that we, if we in future see again such issues that the ONU is sending falsified messages, that we have a much more reliant behavior on the ONU adapter side, and do not panic if we get a corrupted message.
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I see. Okay, and I've seen Andrea, you already merged the patch, right?
Yeah, the patch is merged. So we can so that fixing is in place, and we should be not panicking anymore on that. So that is good. When, as Girish said, this is something that we will have to take a look at in Berlin.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. How about that? So I'm just gonna move it to a lower priority, because this is not of the highest priority at this point in time, I think. So let me just move it actually below the testing, because we'll do it when we manage to do it. Okay. Okay. On the FTTB, I don't believe we have any update. We're still waiting for a patch from the folks at the OpenONU from Abilash at the Radisys team in DT. So whenever that patch gets delivered, we will proceed on this front. There is nothing that we can do on this front. Abilash is working on it. Okay. On the memory leak tests, Hardik did start a memory leak pipeline. He's working on it. There's few things he still has to do, but things are looking, I would say, pretty good on that front. Is not is going. I think is going well. What he's doing, and. There's some issues with the script not properly getting all the information that he wants, but things are ongoing in this. That's just as far as I can say. I have no major update here. I have not heard from Odzge anything about the gem port for IPTV, so I don't know anything about that. Nor the voice over IP elements. This I have not heard any update from them as well. So again, no update from my side. I think these leaves the 611. Holger, any thoughts there?
Yeah, just today I got a new load from T&W from China, but the problem is still not fixed, and I sent again. I think every just a cycle I get every 1 or 2 days I get a new load and have to collect the symptoms, but no improvement yet. I don't know. I hope. I also asked some questions today in the Jira. What he's doing, and if he has considered this, and that. But we'll see how this proceeds. But I'm still on this.
Okay, I guess we just wait for them to give us an update on how things are going, and then we can proceed from there. I think that we have we can't really do anything about this.
Perhaps you put it on the end of the list, and I will update you if I have news.
Okay, we'll do. Let me do Okay. On the testing front, Torsten, apart from the ME stuff that we talked about before, is there anything else that you were working on, you were looking at?
I'm looking at the pipeline every day. Yes, but yes, there are some small issues. We observe them and check if they repeated or not. And if it's so, then we investigate some more time to check what's going wrong. But currently, I think it's looked good. And
yeah,
so we can concentrate on the next steps for the unknown attribute and ME tests.
Yeah, so I think that at the moment there's a little bit of an issue with some cleanup in ONUS. That was also caused at some point by an issue we had with a patch that was updating the ONUS image, but not the ONUS, but not the atomics image. And with the fact that the atomics was not updated, it was giving us some issues over there. So that's something that we need to. I took care of. We're now using the latest for both atomics and ONUS, the proper ones, not the latest, but the proper ones for both. So that is good. There was also some Mac learning issues in the ONUS image, so maybe that's also getting it's also best to. We can also fix it. We have already fixed it. It should not appear anymore. That's what I'm saying. So hopefully we can clear those up a little bit. We also noticed that there is an issue in the meters for Turk Telecom. In some cases, if the meters have two bands that are the same, with the latest release of ONUS, there was put in an equality check for those bands within the meter. And given that there are some technology profiles that generate the same band for the meter, for two bands identical, now we're only sending down one. This was reported by Girish. I did some investigation. I talked with some folks at the Italian group that was working on the meters. I believe I have a fix. I'm testing it right now, and I will push it up as soon as I am sure of the tests. So that should fix also the issue you were seeing, Girish. We can talk about it more at stand-up. But if you were seeing issues with the Turk Telecom workflow, this might be the case. Maybe not, but keep in mind that might be the case. So maybe we can take a look after a few more days when we merge this patch. Should be today or tomorrow.
I don't think this issue will be seen in BBSIM because BBSIM does not do validation on bandwidth parameters. This was seen only on hardware. I mean, if you were saying to Torsten, if you're seeing issues on BBSIM.
Yeah, well, I'm telling what it is.
Okay,
it is what it is. This. Okay. Yeah, I think that was. We did introduce a test for the Mac learner, and we are seeing pretty good results over there. There was an issue in ONUS, and we fixed that as well. So I think we're in pretty good shape on the testing front. So what you guys, okay, so anything else that you guys want to bring up? Anything that we need to be discussing while we're here together?
Actually, I'm wondering if we still have to maintain some format of the MIP template, which was originally introduced with the Python version of the ONU Go adapter, because we have some kind of redundancy in the MIP template. Do you see any reason why we should maintain?
You mean in the code?
No, in the MIP template itself.
In the one upstream?
Perhaps it is also visible here. The BBZim template.
This one?
Yeah, for example.
So this is the old Python version that.
Scroll a little bit down, please. Okay, here you can see, for example, you have this instance ID, for example, yes, in line 53.
Yeah.
And actually, the instance ID is also reflected in line 48.
Manage entity. Oh.
Yeah. And all now also now we have it 3 times. I think we have it in line 48. That is the first entity ID. Then we have the attribute managed entity ID in line 51, and we have the instance ID the same, actually the same date in line 53.
So what you're saying is that you don't use the one at line 51, right?
No, and also not the one in line 53. I think.
Sorry. No, so I meant 53, not 51. 51, you probably are using it.
Now, actually, also 51 is not necessary, because what is used is in line 47. You see the class ID. The class ID is 262, and then we parse in line 48 for the instance ID. That is the 32769, and actually the managed entity ID in 51, and also the instance ID in 53 is not evaluated by the ONU. So actually, this could be removed. This is actually.
This was, I think, generated, taken from Alpha ONU MIB upload, as far as I know.
Actually, that is the representation, the JSON representation, as the Python adapter once printed this in the JSON format. So probably this is some Python specific notation here.
Okay.
And if you scroll a little bit up, some lines up, please. And no, you have to go down, I think. Sorry. We are at the end of the class ID here. Wait a moment, we are already in line 104. We have again the class ID 262. And this is actually already reflected at the beginning of this block. So
okay, so go ahead.
The question is now: can we remove these lines, or should we rely on them? Because it's redundant information in the MIB template.
If the code base of the OpenONU Go adapter does not need this to match the template from what the ONU uploads, I am fine taking it out. What I want to make sure is that we're not taking out something that is actually needed to make the match and actually use the template.
Yeah.
So I leave it up to you to make this investigation. That if we need this, we use it. If we don't need it, we skip it.
Okay. Then
Okay.
I will try to remove these redundant entries and test it. And also when it is working, then I would also upload a new web template, right? With removed entries.
Yes, and then we
okay.
can go ahead and test it at ONF, both on hardware, maybe on Glacier Pod, and on BBSim with the templating mechanism that we have, for example, at scale. So I just want to make sure that we're not having any redundant information, but we're not also taking away something that might be needed by the adapter itself.
Actually, this instance ID on 127 and this class ID on 129 is explicitly integrated during the generation of the MIB template to meet the format of the former Python MIB template. You know, it is not necessary in the functionality, but it was deliberately inserted to meet the same format. You know, as we had from the Python one. And
Understood.
Actually not. Yeah. Okay.
Understood.
So okay.
So make the
then
changes.
I will remove it and try it, and if it works, then we are good. Okay.
Let me take a note of that in our notes, so we keep it up for next time, so we know something that we need to discuss.
I will define a story anyway.
Okay, that sounds good. Thanks. Okay, I'll wait for you for the Jira, and then we can go ahead and integrate it. I think this is a good good one to do. If it's not needed, we just clean up stuff, and I'm all for it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else that we need to bring up? Anything else we need to discuss? Okay, then if not, we can close our meeting earlier, get a little bit of our time back. Thanks for joining. Next time, we will have the meeting same as this time, because it's the second week that we have the shift between daylight savings in the US and in Europe. But then we will switch to more to the same 5 p.m. time. Thanks everybody for joining. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.